basics that we talked about earlier. So we have it recorded here.
Yeah, and I'm recording now, so that way I can upload this one into the slides. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen.
Okay.
And that way you can see my, well, wait, that's my email. Oh, shoot. Okay, there's that. Okay. And go back to this. Okay. So that way we can just kind of go through each piece and then see what we need to change or anything like that. Let me go on mute for one quick second. Sorry.
You're good.
Okay, good to go. All right, so are you seeing the slides? Okay. So are you good with this? I don't know if we'll have anybody else hop on for this quick meeting, but like I said, if we need to set something up one more time, if not, then I can just submit whenever. On her thing, it said to have a MLA cover page. Well, since we're not doing an essay of a sort, I just threw this in here.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. And then this is kind of what I wanted to make sure, like, do you have any thoughts on this? I did go back into our blog and I saw that Anastasia did go and respond to some of those discussions.
Oh, okay.
So I'm wondering if I just delete I'll just delete these. I don't know. I thought I was trying to be cute, I guess. I'll delete those and then I'll put in the MP4 of this meeting, and then if we have another, I'll throw that in there too.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
On the previous slide, on number 2, do we need to add her name?
Tara, is it Tara or Tara?
No, it's Tara, but I'm saying the professor's name.
Oh, yes. That would go
under
the class. Perfect. Okay. So for this, the book study experience, not sure if you wanted to add anything else. I just kind of talked about how we discussed via text. And then we also held Zoom meetings along with the Collaborate room. And then I talked a little bit about how it proved to be difficult to find ways to share ideas and discuss in real time,
Hmm.
but most of our ideas were shared. Usually good ideas and findings were shared by the group via text or the collaboration blog. It was a good experience to meet our classmates. We enjoyed getting to know our classmates and even found out that we aren't too far from each other. It's a small world. And then we also found that the majority of us are facing the same roadblocks when it comes to teaching and technology right now.
Yeah, that looks good.
Awesome. Okay, so this slide is just talking about that T3 framework, and then it kind of just talks, these were the ideas that you put into our blog discussion.
Okay.
And then from there, I just went in and I broke down what each tier was, and then like the examples we discussed earlier, like what we could do with each of those tiers.
Okay.
And then I really liked this quote that you pulled. That was really good because it talks about them needing to work synchronously. Come on, brain. And then I added in here what we kind of talked about, this would all work. But the things that may not work is just the assuming that the kids have access to all of this, that they're responsible enough to use that technology, that education is even going to move in that direction, and then that educators are going to know their students well enough to modify and apply that work to make it work for any students learning virtually or through a tech-focused assignment. Okay, so for application, it kind of covered being intentional, thinking of clear ways to modify, and then I added in here, in order to apply the use of technology appropriately, students or teachers need to know their students well to make that work, and then our rating. But and then that's all I have.
That looks good. I mean, it included what we talked about earlier today when we met, even though we didn't get the recording. And it still included stuff in the blog. We just need to put the videos in there, I think, and it's good.
Okay, so we can do that, and then I'll put this in there, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else that was mentioned that maybe we need to add in there. But for the most part, it really just focused on, oh, we can add in some of the other ideas about how I'll push this, I'll put it here. We can talk about how it closely resembled like the SAM, SM, I can't think off the top of my head.
I know what you're saying. At 3:30, like my brain just shuts down.
I know, mine too. My kids just left and I was like, oh. But okay, I'll add, you know what I'm talking about? I'll talk about how this model closely resembles other models that have already kind of been presented with a different mindset and focus in mind. So,
one more thing you might mention, and I don't know how to put it in there yet, but like part 3, how they include all of those different rubrics.
Okay.
To do like self-assessment and see how you're growing as a teacher or how the kids are growing or how the content.
I can do it as post application.
Okay.
Can I present it that way and then talk about how it lends in ideas for best assessing how that integration's working and then how you as a teacher are carrying it out? I'll throw that in there.
Sorry. I thought my son was home and I'm like, it's too early for him. It's my dog. She let herself out.
Oh.
She's a Great Dane, and so she just like opens up the door.
Oh, we have labs, but that's a big doggy. I love it.
She's a big baby.
Oh, they're like horses.
Yes.
They're so big.
She's trying to find that squirrel. Let's see what else.
see. So I'll put that in, and then I'll also add in after the application of this here. I'll duplicate this and put in post application. After carrying out the aspects of the T3 framework, educators can assess themselves as well as their students based on rubrics presented in the text. Okay, anything else for that one?
No, she just says like at the end of the summary, like she's hoping that her goal of this is that we can, like, I guess have the same language, like a unified language, so that way when we're all talking about it, we're able to have more clear, concise goals. Hey, you're home. Sorry.
You're good. The goal is to work towards a common language regarding technology and education in hopes of making it more accessible for both educators and students. Cool. Okay.
Yep, that works. And then if we need to meet again, we can.
Yeah, just let me know. And then I'm gonna add in maybe some images of the other frameworks. So the framework seen throughout the text resembles the layouts of other tech integration models that have been presented in the past.
Okay.
Common ideas regarding technology in education have been presented in various ways. And then I'll just throw in some quick images because as I was going through and kind of looking more into the T3 framework, some of that stuff was popping in as well. So I'll throw that in there. And then if you wouldn't mind, if you want to send like a message to everybody, or if we want to make like a blog post, if you want to say like, we've basically squared away the presentation, but if we could have everyone confirm in some way, shape, or form, or if we could maybe meet once more.
I'll put that on there. I'll just put out there like, hey, you know, we squared away the presentation and we can either meet like Friday evening or Saturday. What works best for you?
I'm good with Saturday. Saturday we have a tennis tournament, but I'm okay with working from that.
Okay, so
or if we want to do Friday, if we want to do tomorrow, like at the same time, like 3:30 or something, and then that way, if we can get everyone to check in on it, then I can just submit it with everyone watching.
Perfect.
So we can, so everything can be there.
Yeah.
So let's shoot for tomorrow at like 3:35 again.
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay, so I guess if we want to send, I'll wrap this up, and then if you wouldn't mind sending a text, and then I'll put the recording of this meeting back in there. If you want to send a text or even the blog post, that's where I saw Anastasia.
I'll do both. That way I can cover all my bases. And then
You're awesome.
I get off work at 3:30. So I'll probably be driving home. My husband will be driving, but I'll have it on voice instead of video, but I'll still be there.
Okay, well, you've already seen it at this point, and I don't plan on changing anything else. So other than adding in the recording and those images. So it'll be good to go.
Yep, that sounds good. Thank you for putting this together.
Thank you for meeting with me so that we could put our brains together and make one complete brain. Okay, we'll see you. So hopefully tomorrow then.
Yep.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.